Hello, hello! It's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to my Thursday night stamp therapy. I'm so excited that you're joining me tonight. Now, I was having some problems with the Facebook Live, so I did have to stop the video, and this is being recorded separately. I'm going to try to figure out YouTube Live so we can do our lives on YouTube and still have some interaction. So tonight, we're not live, so I hope that you'll still leave comments and let me know what you think about the projects that I'm sharing. Tonight's projects are using the October Paper Pumpkin Kit. This one is called Joy to the World, and I would love to know if you are a subscriber and you get this kit, or if you got this kit. When you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, it's a monthly project subscription, and it comes directly to your mailbox every month. You can skip or suspend anytime that you want, and you can cancel your subscription at any time you want to. So I think it's $22 plus tax. Shipping is included, or you can purchase a prepaid subscription in my online store and get a little bit of a discount when you get 6 or 12 months. You can get 1, 3, 6, or 12 months. And of course, purchasing from my online store gives you my bonus project kits when you spend $40 or more. So Paper Pumpkin, you want to subscribe by the 10th of the month in order to get the kit. So unfortunately, if you are not already a subscriber, there's not a way to get this kit. However, the next kit is going to be, for November, is called Jolly Gingerbread. And it is going to be a gift card holder kit. So it's going to include some fun images. Look at this cute little box, and you can see one of the stamp images that will be included as a gingerbread. And then these are some of the fun little accessories and tags that are included too. So usually Paper Pumpkin is a surprise, and you don't know exactly what it's going to look like until it comes. Sometimes they give us a little hint, and they tell us the colors, or if it's going to be a card kit or a project kit. So we do have a little bit of information, but mostly it's a surprise. So this kit is a special kit because it's a global kit, and stampers around the world and all of the markets where Stampin' Up! Is in Europe and Australia were able to get this kit. Normally they don't get the Paper Pumpkin subscription kits, but they were able to order this separately. And so inside this kit is some die cuts in other languages, in French and German. So I hope that if you have friends or family that speak another language, that you'll be able to use this kit to send special cards customized just for them. Now, inside every Paper Pumpkin kit is an exclusive stamp set and a little mini ink pad called a Stampin' Spot. This month comes with the Just Jade color, and I think this stamp set is a little bit bigger than normal. I love the images. We've got this beautiful wreath, and then the flower, and then Merry Christmas, joy, and then these to the world, to you and yours, and sending go with the die cuts as well as the word joy. So you can put joy to you and yours, joy to the world, sending joy. So you can mix and match those words with the joy. And then the inside sentiment says, wishing you a very happy Christmas filled with fun and laughter. Now, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, you can organize your stamp sets by purchasing the clear stamp cases. These are in the online store, and it's item number 119105. The package includes 4 stamp cases, and then you can print out an insert that goes in the stamp case. So you can organize all of your Paper Pumpkin stamp sets after you've finished making your kit. You can add them to the shelf with your other stamp sets. It's got the image of all the stamps here, and then the project on the other side. And so that just fits in there, and a great way to organize your Paper Pumpkin stamp sets. In the video description, I have a link to the archive where you can download this insert as well as inserts for all of 2020 and 2019. And if you're looking for any before 2019, you can send me an email or leave me a comment, and I will be happy to add those to the archive. So just let me know. But you can organize all your stamps this way and get rid of your red box pileup. Are you ready to see this kit? This kit is making cards. We've got enough materials to make 8 different cards. Well, I should say 4 each of 2 different cards. It's like a gift. I just love the little gift wrap. So let me just fold this up so nice and neatly. I always order 2 kits. So this is my extra kit. And I haven't I haven't used it. I just opened it up just to show you. You always get adhesive in there, and then you get some die cut labels in this one. This one includes 8 envelopes, and this is what I love about the Paper Pumpkin card kits is usually the envelopes have like a fun pattern on the inside. So I always cut them apart and use that fun pattern in making my alternative designs. So you've got 8 cards, and then we have some of these are embossed white pieces. There's 4 of each size, and these are for the card designs. We have our foil die cuts. There's banners as well as words. So remember I told you, and the little in the kit it has what each of those words mean. So there are enough. You get love, joy, and peace. There's 2 of each for 4 cards. So there's 6 words for 4 cards. So you have plenty in the English language. You don't have to use the German and French words unless you want to. So don't worry about that. There's plenty in there. And then we get some die cuts. This one is, there are 10 flowers and then 5 of the wreaths. And our card bases are crumb cake with gold foil accents. So we've got these like dashed, almost stitched looking lines, and so they go in 2 different directions. You can see when I put them in the same direction. One of the cards is a vertical card and the other one is horizontal, so that's why they go in the different directions. But I almost never make up the cards exactly like they're shown and so I'm just going to show you a really quick close-up of the picture because I did not make any of the cards exactly like they're shown. I love that you have that option. If you aren't creative, if you don't feel like you're creative, everyone's creative. But if you feel like you don't want to think about it and you just want to copy, everything is professionally designed and ready to go. So you can just pop it out and glue it on and do some stamping and customize your cards. But if you want to be creative, you can use all these pieces in different ways. So today I'm going to share with you the alternative projects that I made using my Joy to the World Paper Pumpkin kit. Now most of the supplies that I add are just some simple colors. So I usually cut some card bases with the coordinating colors, and if you didn't know this, Stampin' Up! Tells you the coordinating colors right here on the back of the brochure. In addition, I didn't open it up, but there are instructions that kind of walk you through the projects, but it shows you the coordinating colors. So I like to cut some card bases. So I've got soft seafoam, cherry cobbler, crumb cake, and just jade. Love these colors together. And so I always start by cutting some card bases, cutting some extra cardstock, and then I just kind of punch out all my pieces and I start playing. So let me show you, let me put all this back in the kit, and I'm going to show you with the pieces that I have left over from my kit how to make a few of the cards that I've made. Let me set this aside. And it goes there. Okay, so I break apart my kit. I punch out all my pieces. I punch out all my tags. I kind of, you know, just have things sorted out in different piles. And then I start cutting apart the card bases as well. So it's kind of not very well organized right now, but actually this looks a lot like my desk when I'm crafting with my Paper Pumpkin kit. It's just kind of a huge mess. But one of the things I like to do, like I said, is to cut apart that envelope. So with the paper trimmer, you can do this with a pair of scissors too, but I like to get a nice straight line. So I just take the envelope in the paper cutter and I just cut off the sides, just like where the fold is. I just cut that off. And then I can cut this down to be whatever size I want. So the background here just has the different words: joy, love, peace, and then it's in all 3 of the languages: English and German and French. So I cut all these pieces apart, and then I just start combining some of the images. So let me just show you. Like, I'll take a card base, and I kind of had that pre-cut, and I just sort of, you know, play around, and I add the elements. Maybe I'll bring in a smaller piece over here of that and add a bow, and I just sort of piece together all those things to make cards. So here are the cards that I've made. Here's one where I took this entire piece from the envelope and I cut it down to 4 inches by 5 1/4 and created this card. So the only thing, again, that I've added is the cardstock. So I've got cherry cobbler for the card base, and I added some Just Jade. And then I also did add some of the gold glitter enamel dots. I just thought that was kind of a fun embellishment. The cherry cobbler twine came in the kit, but the other, I felt like it needed some jewels or something else to pretty it up. Oh no, I broke my, I broke my circles. And now it's going to drive me crazy. Well, I'll have to fix it later. You get the idea. Here's another one where I just took some of the pieces. This is one of the die cut words. And just layered them. This one I did add a punch. I punched this from one of the card bases. But everything else, the only cardstock I added is the Just Jade and the Soft Sea Foam. Here's another one, a little bit more layering. Let me show you this with the wreath, because this is something that is kind of fun. Now, this stamp set, here are the images again. So you've got this beautiful wreath image, and then there's berries that you can stamp on it, and then the flower image as well. So with the die cut, you're going to stamp the detail with Just Jade. Now you got a little Stampin' spot in your kit, but I like to save those to give away. So I'm going to use my big ink pad. I'm not sure if there's a particular way to stamp this. But you get that detail in there. So you can see a little bit of the soft suede, or not the soft suede, soft sea foam behind it, and then the berries as well. Now, if you wanted to, you could stamp it like I did here. This is soft sea foam ink. So I did bring another ink pad color in, and then you can add the berries. So you can stamp and use your stamps to make cards beyond just what comes in the kit. This might be too much. Joy and the berries. I maybe would have done one or the other, but then you can use that on a card. So I love that you have the stamp set where you can just keep making tons of cards after all the die cut pieces run out. So that's what I did here. I stamped the wreath over the die cut, so you get that that layered stamped image. Here's another one with a beautiful card base. There are so many of these die cut flowers in the kit. In fact, you get 10 and you only need 8 of them. If you're making the card as designed, the design actually has 2 flower die cuts on each card. So I only use like 1 on each of my cards. So instead of 4 cards, I've got 10 of these flower die cuts. I can use them on 10 different cards. So I always find ways to make my kit stretch much farther than how it's designed. So this kit was designed to make 8 cards, but I'm sure I'm going to have 20 cards by the time I'm all done crafting with it. So here are some of the cards that I've made. I want to show you 2 of them in particular and what I did to create them. So let me just set these aside. And I've got those pieces pre-cut. So let me grab my packets. Okay, this one, I really love the way it turned out. So I wanted to show you this card in particular. I'm using a piece of Just Jade. This is 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. And I'm going to stamp the wreath in the middle. So this is Just Jade ink on Just Jade cardstock. So you get just sort of beautiful crisp image there. And then I'm going to use the piece die cut and a little label. So each of these little die cuts has like a partner word. So joy to the world, peace to you and yours, sending love. So I'm going to use to you and yours. And again, I'm going to use that Just Jade ink and stamp on the label. and then I can layer those together. Now, the kit comes with little glue dots. I should show you how those work. I don't often use them because they're just a little fussy. But you peel off. Did I peel the whole thing off? Oh my goodness. I think it'll still work. You can peel them off and then stick them on. They're really good for small things like this. And then you peel off the paper backing and the glue dot has stuck there. So you can stick them in places that are a little bit bigger. I like to use as well like the fine tip glue, and see if it's bigger than the die cut, you can just kind of fold it over. So that's what comes in the kit, but I often like to use like fine tip glue or the liquid glue. So that's going to go right across, and then I'm going to use my seal, not my snail. This is the new Stampin' seal, and I'm going to just put that underneath a little bit. Piece to you and yours. And then this is going to lay on a piece of Whisper White that is 3 inches by 3 inches. Okay, so the jade square is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and layering it onto a piece of Whisper White that's 3 by 3. I'm going to pause right here and show you another project that I created. I made a sampler frame, and the square that I just did is very similar to the square up here. So that's why I wanted to pause and show you this. So all of the squares here are 3 inches, and then the inside square is 2 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. Now, if you watch my paper pumpkin videos, you saw the sampler I created last month. These squares were a little bit smaller. They were 2 inches by 2 inches. So I got 9 squares to the 8 by 8 frame. This one, the squares are bigger, so I only have 4 of them. So there are 4 3-inch squares, and it's still an 8 by 8 frame. In fact, I just took this one out and put the new one in. So each of these are pieces from the kit. So I added the gold metallic piece for the background, again 8 by 8. I added the white and cherry cobbler squares and the just jade. And then this is from the card base. This is included in the kit. This is the envelope liner. And then I added the die cuts and a little bit of just jade ribbon. You could use the cherry cobbler twine that comes in the kit. I really wanted to add some more of the green to balance out the other corner, which was all just jade. So I made it a just jade bow. Plus we've got the cherry cobbler in the background there. So I like the way that balanced out. I was really happy with the way that works out. And this frame has like a little easel. So I'll just have that sitting out as a little bit of holiday decor. And you could do that with any designer paper or anything. I really love the look of the 4 squares. I've never made one like that. I've always made the 9 square sampler, or sometimes I've done like a big square and, you know, squares on the side, but I thought this one was really fun. Okay, now we're going to use this piece though on a card. So to finish off the card, I have a piece of envelope liner that is 2 inches by 5.5 inches, and this is going to go in the center of the crumb cake card base. Now in the United States here, our cardstock is 8.5 by 11, so I cut that in half, and that's the standard card base size that I'm using. I'm going to put this banner. This was in the kit, the die cut banner. So far, the only thing I've added is the crumb cake cardstock, just jade, and Whisper White cardstock. So just cardstock. I try to pull everything else from the kit itself. So we've got the banner on, and then I'm going to add the square with Stampin' Dimensionals. And I've got some twine to add a bow. So that's going to be right in the middle. And now this twine is wrapped really tightly around this little thing. So sometimes it's just really curly, and I just take it with my fingernails and I just kind of run it with my fingernail, and that helps to straighten it out a little bit so that it's not so crazy and curly. So if you are struggling with your linen thread to get it to lay straight and not be all crazy, then that's a little tip. You can use your fingernail and run it through there. It looks like I cut a piece that is much longer than I needed. It's unfortunate waste. And then I'm going to put this on with a glue dot. Where are my glue dots? Okay. Okay, so there's another card. I just love the way the layered gold on the Just Jade looks. So, so pretty. Okay, for the second card that I wanted to stamp and show you, I'm using some different colors. Where's my card packets? Here it is. I already have quite a mess on my on my desk. It doesn't take long, right? I wanted to show you something a little different and kind of go outside of the Christmas theme. One of the die cut words that you get in the kit. So you get all these die cut words. So one of them is love. And so I thought I would use the flower image from the stamp sets and some different colors. So I've got Petal Pink and Calypso Coral, and then Whisper White for the card base. So Whisper White, this is actually the thick Whisper White cardstock. Did you know we have two different Whisper White cardstocks? One of them, the regular Whisper White cardstock, is made for layering, so it's a little bit thinner. It's a lighter weight cardstock, and the thick Whisper White cardstock is like the same thickness, maybe even a little bit thicker than our colored cardstock. And so the thick cardstock is really great for card bases. So if you're using your Whisper White for a card base, then I highly recommend Whisper White for that. I need a scrap paper. Here, I'm just going to use this. One last reminder, the designer paper sale ends October 31st. So if you want to get any of these designer papers for 15% off, make sure you shop in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop by Saturday, October 31st, 2020. I'm going to use the back of the flyer, to stamp on. Because my grid paper is somewhere else. So I'm just going to stamp this flower image in Calypso Coral on the Petal Pink cardstock. And whenever I'm stamping like this, I always like to go over the edges with the design. And I'm just going to rotate the image a little bit so that it's not all the same. Oh, come on, man. Let's see if I can. That's not bad. I think I lined it up pretty well. Okay, I'm not going to do all of it because I'm going to cover up the rest with, I better leave that open. I'm going to cover up the rest with this other cardstock. So I've got some other layers here. Actually, I think I want to cut this down just a smidgen. My Petal Pink, I want it to be 3 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. So I'm just going to trim that just a little bit. And then this kind of just hangs off the side a little bit more. Okay, so I've got these pieces. And then it's going to go on the Whisper White card base. And we have the other pair to love is Sending. So I'm going to stamp Sending. and then that goes there. I'm going to use, I have this is old, it's two-way glue. It's a liquid adhesive that Stampin' Up! Used to have, but I love it because it's really light and it's kind of, I used to love using it for glitter. Like it was always the perfect way to add glitter. It is not a very like tacky or sticky adhesive, but it's perfect for something that's really fine and little like this. So I'm breaking out my two-way glue. I'm going to add that. The fine tip glue is what we have right now that I would recommend for die cuts like this. Okay, so Sending Love. Now we're just going to glue these down. And I'm going to show you the other one that I made because I couldn't decide if I wanted to have the flowers be on the top or on the bottom. And so the other card I'm going to show you has it the reverse way. And so I would love your opinion. I want you to leave a comment and let me know if you like it better this way or if you like it better the other way. So let me glue this down and I'll show you them both side by side. I couldn't decide. I asked my hubby and he liked it better the other way, so that's how I made the first one. Do you guys ever ask your significant other for their opinion? Sometimes he's just like, I don't know, it looks the same. But every now and then he's got an opinion for me. Okay, so flowers on the top or flowers on the bottom? Which way do you like it better? This or that? Leave me a comment and let me know which way that you like this card. I feel like you could do this card with almost any image and have a strip of a greeting and a little accent strip. So I'm going to have to try this layout again with some other things. But for now, that is it. I have so many pieces left for my paper pumpkin kit, and so I can't wait to keep making cards and use up all the pieces. Let me show you what we've made so far. We have our Sending Love cards. I showed you the piece to you and yours, and so I actually made another one earlier. So that's 2 of those cards. And our Merry Christmas and Joy, and another Merry Christmas with the wreath. So let me count really quick. How many cards have we made? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So far I've made 10 cards from my kit plus the sampler frame. And I am not done. I've got so many pieces left. And so I'll be continuing to craft and use all of my pieces and make more cards. I really think I can get another 8 cards at least out of all these extra pieces. So be sure to check my blog at juliedavison.com. I'll be posting photos of all of these projects and the rest of them that I create with the kit. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope that you have a great Halloween and a fabulous November. See you next time.